Hi friends, Zoe here, and today I'm super excited to talk to you because I'm going to be talking to you all about going vegan. I'm really excited to talk to you about this today because veganism has been such a positive change in my life that I really want to help spread the message and let you guys know about the steps that I kind of took to educate myself and make the transition. And hopefully, if you are currently transitioning, maybe this video will give you a few more insights on the process. So tip number one is to educate yourself. And I want you to really think about this for a minute because there's a few of my friends who I've recommended documentaries like Earthlings to, and they're like, I'm not going to watch that. I know what that's about. I know that's about animal cruelty and animals getting slaughtered and things like that. A lot of people, they are aware that those things are going on, but they don't want to see it. So you truly owe it to yourself to be educated on what you're going to be putting in your mouth. When you think about it, you're putting things onto your body and you're going out and picking out perfumes and doing all this research when you're looking for a certain type of clothing to buy, but you don't really make the connection that you're putting things into your mouth every single day. And if you don't really know where these things come from, there's a big disconnect there. So I think it's important to educate yourselves, and I'm going to link a bunch of documentaries and speeches that help me out below, like Gary Yourofsky's best speech ever really hit the heart for me, and so did Earthlings. I'm also going to link Cowspiracy is a great one if you're really into the environment. I just think it's really amazing that we have all of this education so readily available for us that you really truly owe it to yourself to take advantage of it and educate yourself. And whether or not immediately after watching these things you make the connection, it's important to continue educating yourself. You truly owe it to yourself to know what you're putting into your body. And whether or not the topic of animal cruelty is something that you kind of want to learn more about, or you think that really hits home for you, there are other things like how a plant-based diet is the healthiest diet for you. You owe it to yourself to be your truest, best, and healthiest self. Step number two is to identify with other vegans. So I didn't have any friends who were vegan when I made the transition. So I found YouTube to be super comforting to find a community of vegans. So for example, you've probably heard of Freely the Banana Girl. So at first I was a little bit turned off by her videos, but then as I watched more and more, I learned to love her and just really value all of the education that she can bring into your life. There are other YouTube channels like The Vegan Activist. He has a few great videos that really helped me make my transition. There's also fun vegan YouTubers like Bonnie Rebecca, who's super cheerful and who eats a lot of fruit, and it just really inspires you that you can truly eat as much as you want and be healthy and not get fat and just live a fun life. And there's definitely a vegan YouTuber out there for everyone, I feel like, or somebody that you can identify with. But I definitely recommend checking out, like I said, Freely's channel. You'll definitely learn to love her whether or not you're turned off by her the first couple videos you watch, because you might think her approach is a little bit harsh, but I promise you, just keep watching and she will educate you more than you could ever imagine. Number three is to get inspired about food. So truly everything can be veganized, and it's super exciting because in my first week of being vegan, I had my friend over for Mexican food and I made us these awesome Mexican burritos, and then the next night I made a Mexi bowl for myself with tons of rice and vegetables and guacamole. There is so much that you can eat. You just don't need the meat. So get inspired by, say, dishes that you like pizza, and go veganize them. Go out and buy the Daiya cheese and buy yourself a vegan pizza crust, or make the dough yourself. You can truly veganize everything, and there's vegan ice creams, there's vegan cakes, there's vegan cupcakes. I definitely started off veganism by trying out all these awesome vegan food, and I was just blown away. Like, I had fish sticks, or vegan fish sticks, and they were better than the real thing. So I just encourage you to get inspired about your favorite dishes and how you can veganize them. Maybe make a board on Pinterest, or go scope out some vegan recipe books like The Thug Kitchen, which is really, really funny to read. It's a great cookbook. There's also tons of vegan blogs, and I'll mention another YouTuber, Fully Raw Christina. So she eats fully raw vegan diet. So get inspired about all the things you can do with food, and it'll bring a lot more creativity back into your life. It's truly a great thing. Step number 4 is to go to the grocery store. And think about the things that you buy on a regular basis and start reading the labels, because I didn't realize that things like peanut butter can contain animal products. Obviously things like Nutella does because it has skim milk. And start reading labels on things like crackers, and you know what, you're going to be surprised at how they kind of hide animal products into all these things. And it might be a little bit overwhelming at first because your regular grocery list might change, but it's changing for the better because you're going to become a lot more healthier and you're going to become a lot more aware of what you're putting into your mouth, and you're going to feel really good about it. Also, when you're at the grocery store, notice how expensive things like milk and eggs and meat and cheese can all add up to be, and then compare that with things like rice. Rice is so cheap, and it can be a full meal on its own. You can add a can of beans, and think about how inexpensive that is compared to what you would normally buy. I've truly saved a lot of money on this vegan diet. I actually recently made what I eat in a day, so I'll link that below. And that's typically what I eat on a normal day. So I have saved a lot of money by living on a vegan diet, and I've also saved a lot of animals, and I feel super awesome inside and out. So go to the grocery store and educate yourselves. Next step is step number 5, and that's the final step, and that is to rid yourself of social anxieties. Like I mentioned, none of my friends were vegan, so I didn't really have a friend that I could talk to about this or like identify with or relate to right away. Since then, I have made awesome vegan friends, which has been great. And it's kind of funny because I feel like once you make this transition, you'll start attracting similar people to you. The thing about going vegan is that you're challenging society's norms. So obviously you're going to hear criticism, and to tell you the truth, I don't really think it ever ends. I have a lot of people now asking me questions and are curious about veganism. The thing is, people are going to notice the changes in you, the changes in your body, the changes in your skin, the changes in your personal vibes. So you're going to attract people, you're going to attract the right people, and you're actually going to inspire people in the process. And whether or not people decide to criticize you or tell you what you're doing is wrong, you know inside that what you're doing is right, and it's for your own personal health and well-being. It's going to produce a whole new bout of confidence in you that you've never had before. Because I constantly feel like I'm at restaurants and, you know, I'm okay to say that I'm vegan, but at first it was a little bit difficult. And as I say it more and more, I become more confident and more happy with it because I truly know the positive changes that it's made on my own life. So yeah, it gets easier, I promise, guys. And I know not everywhere in the world is as accepting as, say, Toronto is for me being vegan. Like, for example, there's a ton of vegan restaurants in the city to explore. But just stay true to yourself, and no matter what, just know that you're making the right decision. You've made the decision to educate yourselves, and anybody who's going to criticize you for that just isn't as educated as you are. So just remember that you're one of the special, bright ones out there. Anyways, guys, I hope that you like this video, and I hope you like these 5 steps I have for making the transition into veganism. If you have any questions, ask them below and I'd be happy to answer them for you. And I hope that you have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!